Hello and welcome to Wood Tech Logics. Today I'm going to be making up an epoxy mold using this melamine I have left over from another project. I figured I'd take a stop and do a step-by-step tutorial in case anybody out there is interested in how to put one of these things together. It's a fairly simple process, but the first time is always the worst time. So hopefully this makes it a little bit easier for you. So stick along and I'll show you some tricks. Starting out, I'm going to break down some melamine offcuts I had from a previous mold. I will cut the pieces slightly oversized, then clean up on the table saw, so use dimensions slightly over your finished size. I'm using a track saw here, but you can use a circular saw or whatever you have at your disposal. The main goal is a clean cut.
Moving to the table saw, rip the bottom section to the exact size of the finished piece. Adjusting the fence, rip enough material for the sides of the mold. Keeping in mind to add 3/4 of an inch to the height of the finished piece to account for the bottom of the mold. Take this opportunity to use any small scraps you have laying around for the short sides of your mold. Once you have all your parts rough cut, use relative measurements to lay out the final cuts. You will come to find over time, your work will become more accurate using this method when you have the opportunity.
Now that we have all the pieces cut up on the table saw and squared up, we can now prep for final assembly. We're going to do this by countersinking some holes into the base of the side pieces to connect to the base of the mold. As well, we need to put some countersunk screw holes into the end of the short sides to connect to the long sides. We're going to use silicone on the final joints where all the screws go. The silicone will take a little bit to dry. I use a quick set. It takes about like 15 minutes, so you can let it go and then prep this thing up for the pour. So let's drill the screw holes, put the silicone in, and put it together.
Using a countersink bit, drill out all the side pieces for attachment to the base. I like to draw a guideline to assure the screws end up on center and don't split the mold base. Once everything is countersunk, final assembly can begin. Using silicone, apply a thick bead to all connecting joints and corners. Drive screws home to make a solid connection and cause a slight squeeze out of the silicone. Apply a bead of silicone to the inside of the mold, and use a caulk removal tool or your finger to clean up the extra. Quick tip, cut the silicone tube on a 45-degree angle to help provide a smooth bead on your workpiece. As well, every caulk gun has a poker built in to puncture the new tube seal. In case you didn't know. Let the silicone dry for the recommended time, and then use your finger or a flat item to remove the excess from the mold. Vacuum and clean the mold with mineral spirits to ensure no debris are left behind that can affect your final pour.
Mold making process. It's fairly simple, as you saw. I wanted to make the video just to help somebody who has maybe never done it before, or just sees other channels just kind of breeze through this process. It's kind of important, but not hard. So if you found the video educational and helpful, please give me a like. As well, if you want to see the finished product of the Live Edge coat rack, please subscribe, and that video will be out very soon. So hope to catch you on that one. Thanks for tuning in. Next time.